With Lamont Roach coming off a big victory over Frigo McCory, looks like he's going to be tossing his name in a hat for option to basically go fight Navarrete, who's coming off a loss against Dennis Baranchek. That was at 135. But at 130 right now, Baranchek, with him now being a person who beat Navarrete at 135, and now he's the champion, it looks like Navarrete could actually go back to 130 and fight a guy like Valdez. He's actually a mandatory right now for that fight. But if not, he can actually fight a guy like Lamont Roach. He's an option for that fight. And we also have O'Shaquie Foster, who's the guy that's going to fight Robinson Castasiao coming up very soon. And he could be an option for Lamont Roach as well. Those are two guys that basically have names that's been floating around to fight Lamont Roach. Now, Lamont Roach knows for sure that he could possibly get a fight with a guy like O'Shaquie Foster, but with Navarrete, he has a lot more options as far as with the Valdez fight. And also, he can go and fight a guy like Lamont Roach. With that being said, both of those are big fights. I feel like Lamont Roach has put himself in position where he deserves the option to have both of those fights to possibly either unify now or in the future. And with O'Shaquie Foster having a fight coming up this weekend, that would be a very good option for him. It really would. It will be something that's been building up over time. With the performance he just put on, he would definitely be someone that's sought after to basically put on a main event card. It's going to be huge. If he fights Foster right now or Navarrete, that'll be a good option. So those are the two names that he's actually floating around with right now. And I can definitely see those two guys fighting. But right now, anybody else at that division, it's not really too much being said about those other names, those other guys, even the contenders. I think at this time right now, especially in Lamont Roach's career, he should have the option of unifying or fighting at least a big name, at least at the minimum. No more McCrory's or anything like that. Not saying McCrory wasn't a good fighter, and he was a name, obviously, but just at this time right now, he has bigger options. He wants to dream bigger. Obviously, when you box, you want to unify and you want to be undisputed. That's definitely something that's a dream for most fighters, especially with a guy like Lamont Roach, who's fought his way back from a loss, and he's came a long way. He definitely has. And he's been doing a lot to show people that he's not a one-trick pony and he's not somebody that you should be overlooked. I feel like a lot of people have definitely overlooked him the last couple of years, especially lately they've been overlooking him, and he's not really been looked at as someone serious. Even when he had the Hector Garcia fight, a lot of people didn't look at that as a big fight because he wasn't really given a chance to beat Hector Garcia. And even with O'Shaquie Foster, with the Hernandez fight, he had to squeeze past that fight and also the Abraham Nova fight. And with this Castasiao fight coming up, he's going to have a tough way to get past Castasiao in order to even fight Lamont Roach. So a lot of these guys are not having anything easy at that division. But I feel like if they definitely should make that fight immediately, because if you wait around, man, anybody can lose. We see what's going on at 140 right now. You got a lot of champions that's taking losses to guys they thought they were going to breeze past, and not really the fans or media didn't give these guys a chance of even fighting. Mostly, like I said, this year, a lot of fights are 50-50 fights. Everybody's not going to hold on to a belt like it has before. And if they do, it's possibly going to be a robbery. That's what's been going on lately. So these guys get into a fight with certain people and they're not prepared, and you haven't been preparing yourself to fight at that level, you might get upset. So a guy like Lamont Roach, him knowing that he's came off a loss and he has that mindset to where, yeah, I'm a champion, but I'm still hunting. I'm not being hunted. That mindset is going to separate him, and he's going to show up in the big lights. A lot of these guys fold when the big lights come out. When they're under the lights, man, a lot of these guys fold. So I definitely feel like he can change things in that division. He can be the king of that division. The way he's patient, the way he boxes, his mindset. He's not really out here saying that he's bigger than what he is and everything else. He's going to show you how big he is. He's going to show you what level he's at. He's going to show you everything he's been doing. He's been stopping guys lately. He's been dropping guys lately. So that's a name, or that's a person that people do not need to overlook any longer. I think with him unifying and showing people what level he's at, he'll definitely change a lot of people's minds. I think he has already with his performance, but one more performance will change a lot. But that's all I got. Like and subscribe.